Good morning, girls. I am Dr. Kiran Deshwal, Assistant Professor English. In this video lecture, I'm going to teach you the story My Beloved Charioteer, penned by Shashi Deshpande. In our previous video, which I have shared on our WhatsApp group and YouTube link, we discussed about the perturbed relationship of Aarti with her daughter Preeti and with her mother. In this video lecture, we will see how the mother tries to make her understand that life is not just surviving. If you want to live your life, you have to forget your past to move ahead, to move on. One has to forget the past. If you are clinging to the past, it is unable for you to move on because life is full of ups and downs, and we should make ourselves trained to overcome from such situations. So Aarti is neglecting her mother and her child Preeti just in the memories of the dead persons who are not in this world. So her life is meaningless. There is no sense in living such a life where you are where you can't make happy the people around you. The mother knows this thing, but she is unable to find the way how to make her understand. Finally, she thinks that Preeti is my charioteer who is giving me strength to fight or combat with this situation. So, how she manage? We will see in this video lecture. Let us begin. For Aarti, it was always her father. Even now, she spends the whole afternoon prowling in what was his room. We know that Aarti is neglecting her child, Preeti, and for the whole day, she lives in the memories of her dead husband and dead father. So the writer is saying that for Aarti, it was always her father. Even now, she spends the whole afternoon prowling in what was his room. So she spends whole her day in her father's room. It is 7 years since he died. Look, it took 7 years to Aarti to understand that these people are no more in this world. Why am wasting my time? So it is 7 years since he died, but the room is unchanged because Aarti don't like any change, and we can connect this fact with the fact of her life. She knows that they are not in this world, but she don't want to accept it, she don't want to believe it, and she don't like any changes in her life. Whenever her mother says that dress up yourself, go for any outing, so she denies because she don't like any change. So this line, but the room is unchanged, this line tells us that she doesn't like the change. I have kept everything as it was because it was Aarti's wish. I dust and sweep it meticulously myself, but strangely, in spite of this, it has a neglected look like Preeti has at times. Just as Aarti neglects Preeti, similarly, the mother neglects the room of Arti's father. So here we can see the difference. Mother is neglecting the person who is no more in this world, but Arti is neglecting a live person. So this is the difference. Preeti is well fed and well dressed. She has her tonics and vitamins and all the other things they give children these days, and yet a neglected child peeps out of her eyes sometimes because she lacks affection. She deserves motherly affection, but she is not receiving them. That and this impact is visible, clearly visible on the face of the child. So it seems the face of a neglected child, and this thing filling me with sadness. This thing fills with sadness to the grandmother. Now I can hear Aarti moving in his room. The mother can guess that Aarti is in his room. His here refers for Aarti's father and the grandmother's husband. So now the grandmother can hear that Aarti is moving in his room, and she wonders that even after his death he can give her something I can't. So this thing is painful. This fact is painful for the grandmother, that what is that which I can't give her now, and my husband, who is not in this world, can give something to her after his death. So the thought hurts. This thing hurts the mother. Hurts. Yes, it really hurts. It's like having salt rubbed into a raw wound. Here we have a comparison. The fact that Aarti loves her dead father and spends her time in his room. So this thing hurts the mother, that he is giving her something even after his death, but I am alive and I can't give her satisfaction. This is really a thing. This is really a thing which hurts the mother. So she compares that this situation is like having salt rubbed into a raw wound, that someone has rubbed salt in my open wound. Suddenly it is unbearable, and I go and open the door of his room, and the situation becomes out of control, and it's unbearable for the mother, and she can't stop herself, and she opens the door of his room, and she's sitting on his chair. She finds that Aarti is sitting in his father's chair, her feet on the table, smoking and staring at nothing. What happened? Aarti is smoking in that room, and the mother goes there and she finds that Aarti is smoking. Her feet are the feet of a young woman, but I see with a sense of shock that her face is that of an old woman, because she always wears grief on her face, no smile, no happiness. That's why she looks like an old woman. She hears me and turns round, started. She hears the footsteps of her mother, and she turns around and she startled. She gets surprised why mother can come here, and she, as if she has the mother has caught her red-handed. She's smoking, and the moment knocking down his photograph which stands on the table. Arti's feet were on the table, and when she startles, the table moves, and her father's photograph shakes and falls down, which stands on the table. It lies on the floor, and it drops on the floor face down, and as a result it breaks. And when she picks it up, we see that the glass has cracked, the glass has broken. Long splinters, long pieces of glass lie on the floor. So the photo is broken, the glass is broken, the photograph seems somehow naked and pathetic. So this metaphor shows that as the photograph is naked and pathetic, similarly, there is nothing in that photograph. Aarti should understand that her father is no more. She looks up at me, something showing through the deliberate blankness. I'm sorry, mother. I'm sorry. She feels sorry for the photograph. I stare down at the photograph and say nothing, but it doesn't hurt the mother. The breaking of the photograph is not a matter of worry. I'm sorry, she repeats again. Don't look like that. She passes her hand over the photograph. Aarti thinks that mother is annoyed because I have broken the photograph of my father, and she passes her hand over the photograph, uncaring of the bits of glass because the glass has broken. I will get it fixed tomorrow. Don't worry, mother. I will get it fixed tomorrow. I will get it repaired. I promise I will do it. So the mother says that it doesn't matter. There is no need of doing so. No, don't do that. My words are so harsh and abrupt that she looks at me in surprise because Aarti was thinking that my mother might have been annoyed just because of this. But the mother is not annoyed. She says that no, don't do that. Don't get it fixed tomorrow because we don't need that. It is useless. My words are so harsh. She said so in a very harsh and abrupt voice that Aarti looks in surprise. I don't care if it's broken. It's this sentence needs very courage to speak, and the mother speaks with courage that I don't care if it's broken. I don't want to see it here because he's not in this world. He's not in our life. So what's matter if the photograph is okay or not? I never want to see it again because it keeps occupy you. This is he who is not letting you to forget your sorrow. She seems stunned, frightened. This thing makes frightened Aarti. Why my mother is saying so? What's wrong with you, mom? What's happened to you? Why are you saying so? Nothing. I'm all right. But I don't want it. Let it go. I'm all right. Nothing has happened, but I don't want this photograph. Let it go. What are you saying? Aarti is unable to um, accept this. She asks, what are you saying? And why are you saying so? Let it go. Let it go. I repeat. Mother keeps on repeating, let it go. Let it go. We are speaking in sibilant, strangled whispers because it's hard to utter such words as if he's here. The mother is frightened, as if he's here, as if he can hear us. So she questions, can he hear us? Can he hear me? I don't understand you. Let what go? He's my father, and why are you denying me to get the photograph fixed? She is still crouching on the floor. Aarti is still sitting on the floor, holding the photograph in her two hands. Yes, your father. But what was he to me? It's a very big question. She's questioning her marital relationship with her husband. The day he died, I let him go. So she is very practical woman. The man, when he was alive, when he couldn't give me happiness, uh, why should I include him in my life now? What can he give me now when he didn't give me anything when he was alive? So she says that uh, the day he died, I let him go like this. Now, this is the chance when the mother has the chance to explain whatever she imagines every day. Every day she thinks that I will tell Aarti this, I will tell Aarti this, I will make her understand like this. So she gets the chance to put her points of view. Now I make the gesture I had imagined. Now it's the time to give her plans, to execute her plans, to execute her imagination. Now she does what she wants to do, cupping my palms together and then separating them. Now she um, explains the gesture where she cups her palms like pouring water, and then she separates them that we cannot hold water for a long time. She stares at my hands in fascination. She is unable to understand what my mother is wants to tell me, and there was nothing left. Nothing. The mother wants to say that as he's dead now, and nothing is left. Everything is over between me and him. But I am his daughter and yours. Am I nothing? Am I? She's panting. Aarti starts shivering, her eyes hot and angry. She's angry. Why my mother is saying so for my father? What are you then? I ask her. You are just smoke as a bit of ash. You smoke for the whole day, for the whole night, and you have become a smoke and a bit of ash. I like those cigarettes you smoke, like my married life. So, a beautiful comparison we have here. The grandmother is saying that you are a smoke like the cigarettes which you smoke, and my married life is also a smoke. There was nothing in that. Pain lays its talons on her face. So Aarti's face is painful, like pain has laid its talons, its feet on her face. Her eyes are anguished, but I force myself to go on. The mother is encouraged by Preeti, and the mother keeps on saying, what I have to lose. She thinks that this is the time when I should act on my imagination, on my plans. What I have to lose? Nothing. Only the child's love. What will happen? Arti will go away from here. What will I lose? Only the child's love. But the child will receive the love of a mother, and for the sake of the child, I should sacrifice. And I know this cannot destroy that because she believes in the bond with the child, Preeti. On the contrary, I have a feeling that she is with me now. Now it's Preeti who is my charioteer, and she is giving me strength for the battle, urging me on, my beloved charioteer. Now it's Preeti who is giving me strength to go on, to move on. So she says that, and how she explains her married life, we will see in our next video. Thanks for watching.